right now at 7.
In a report released today, the D.C. auditor says the fatal police shooting of Deon K. is justifiable, but condemns the officer's actions leading up to that moment. The family's attorney reacts coming up.
Reckless and without a plan. That's how D.C.'s auditor describes the actions of the police officer who shot and killed Deon K. It's part of a new report released today. So what went wrong? How did the auditor reach that decision? And how is K's family responding? All questions that you deserve answers to. Our Jess Arnold talked with both the auditor and the K family lawyer today. She's with us live from police headquarters. So, Jess, a lot to take in here. What are they both saying?
Yeah, well, the auditor is mainly saying that the report finds that the shooting itself was justifiable, but says that the officers acted recklessly and without a plan and, quote, squandered any opportunity to de-escalate the situation. 8 months after D.C. police officer Alexander Alvarez shot and killed 18-year-old Deon K., the auditor released its team's report on MPD's investigation.
We found that the shooting was justified, that the officer had reason to fear for his life, but beyond that, it was very badly managed, very badly handled. The officers who arrived on the scene where young men were in a car, ostensibly with a gun, the officers that arrived in a parking lot had no plan, did not discuss what they were going to do, and just created a situation in which a young man died.
According to the report, the officers had seen Kay and others with guns in an Instagram video, tracked them down, and approached the car as another person started running, then Kay. Community members have asked how the auditor can justify the shooting itself and condemn the officers' other actions.
I think what the community, keeps facing in these situations is a split-second moment, an officer feeling under threat for bodily harm and fires, pulls a trigger. And that's the narrow part where the action is deemed justified. And we've got to make sure those moments do not arrive. And that's where the rest of the policy and the implementing that policy, like de-escalation.
The attorney for Kay's mom, Yeida Ford, says that's inconsistent.
Because on the one hand, they're saying that Officer Alvarez's actions were justifiable, but then they said that he created this situation himself and that it could have been completely avoided. And that means to me that Deon would still be alive had Officer Alvarez not done what he'd done.
The auditor also criticized MPD's internal investigation and lack of delineated policies. She says the crime suppression team, which Alvarez was part of, doesn't have a defined purpose, and supervisors couldn't explain their team's tactics. So one of the recommendations is to develop a policy.
You can't be sworn members of a police department and act without planning.
Other recommendations include creating a policy for using social media in investigations and revising the use of force investigations policy to include evaluating risk management issues, adequacy of training, and others.
The people of the community have to be at the table when it comes to implementing these recommendations so we can prevent another Deon K.
Now, the report also includes a letter from Police Chief Conti, and in it, he agrees with almost all of the auditor's recommendations and sets a goal to implement them by the end of this year.
So, Jess, I understand that the family just filed a pre-lawsuit yesterday. We know a couple months ago they filed suit to get all the body-worn camera footage from the incident. They said that they got it. So this new pre-lawsuit, what are they looking for here?
Yeah, Adam, it's a wrongful death suit against Officer Alvarez as well as the District of Columbia. Now, Attorney Ford said that the footage shows that Kay's death was avoidable, and so they're looking for some accountability. Adam?
Yeah, all about the lead up to that, as we heard from the auditor there. That'll play a big role in that case, I'm sure. Jess Arnold, thank you.